1st.
But you're saying they didn't have any of that type of effect in these other markets?
Not that what other assessors are telling me, and we all get together once or twice a month.
Okay.
And it's been a very successful project.
Not for water went down. City of Tonawanda, those townhouses over there on the river, they went way down in value. The assessment went up. They were, I swear they were basing the assessment on what people had their houses on the market for, but I don't know. And the values went down. They couldn't sell them. The taxes were well over $10,000 with the new assessments. And then
Well, my old
the values
assessor
went
is
down.
now the part-time assessor in Tonawanda, so when I see.
It's gonna hurt,
next week,
our
I
waterfront
will
will
ask
see a definitely decline in that, I think. And am I,
No,
I
you're probably
think you're
right,
right, because
except,
right next door to me, there's a house that's been, they're trying to sell it for a year, and next to him is a house that's been vacant for 5 years, and they're on waterfront.
you know what I think too, though, on the waterfront, we're trying to say they're worth a lot more than they are. What people are asking for their homes is not what they paid for them, or paid for them and a little more. People are trying to get big, big dollars on the water, and they got it in '05 and '06, and they're, I mean, my house was worth more in '05 than it is now.
Well, the
But if
house,
I go to sell it, and the assessment's gonna be based on what the current market value is, not what I think it should be or what it was 3 years ago.
the home I mentioned earlier is an 1,800 square foot house, assessed at 140, sold for 400,000.
You know, there's people that buy
Sure there is.
rashly with no investigation.
Sure there is, and then I have-
So you really can't use, I mean, let's face it, there's, let's say 1,000 houses on the outer rim, I don't know how many there are. But there's outliers, and we can't be pricing or doing assessment based on an outlier. We gotta be doing it based on what's reasonable and what we know is true in the market.
But I'm not seeing the water fail, I guess is my point. I'm not seeing it start to go down, I'm not seeing it fail yet.
you're not seeing what?
I'm not seeing the water area fail yet. I'm not seeing the prices come down.
It's
But I-
it's going down from our asking price, but we're asking.
But not from my analysis. Your asking price and what I do are two different things. Two very different things.
And if the $400,000 home was reassessed, the people then pay $400,000, if they put it up for sale, they're probably still gonna make money. And if the trend continued, which would mean inventory on the market, it would still be able to then change the price, and then the town could look at. Because the new home, even though somebody looks at the house and it's $400,000 and they see $10,000 worth of taxes, if they pay $200,000 for the house, their taxes are gonna be relevant times the levy times 200,000. So that's a bad way to sell the house, if you're trying to get a lower price. And then, somebody would have to look at it if all of them just started selling for 200,000.
Judy said the person was lucky.
New count.
Right.
Also, do another point I wanted to make as well, is everybody in the room probably has an exemption of some type. It's not a full value exemption. So when we go to 100% of value, your exemption is going to increase by that much as well. Right now, the basic star that most of us get who are under 65 is worth $13,950 off of your assessed value. That's what your savings is. That translated this year into $555 of savings. When we go to 100% of value, that star is now worth $30,000 off your taxable value. So that one just increased too.
Is that just like a homestead?
We don't have any homestead, quote unquote, here.
Yeah.
The star is something that, again, the state, in our opinion, they're giving you back money they've already overcharged you on for your school taxes, okay? The basic star averages are in the mid-fives. A few years ago, it was 600 and change. The enhanced star is for the seniors who make under 79,000, and their exemption is $1,100 for this past year. Every year, it's just a few dollars different.
But you don't get it if you don't live in the property.
You must live at the property, and you're only allowed to have it on one property.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't have it in another state, like a homestead?
That's correct, and Florida checks. So anybody with a Florida property, if you're trying to claim exemptions in both places, Florida's going to catch you. I don't have time to make the phone call. So Florida is the one who notifies me. And I don't charge you back, I take it off. Florida charges you back. It's pretty tough. All right, timeline. We hope to have this started, have a contractor in place, have this started by April, and then hopefully it should be all done before November. and it'll be reflected on the following year's tax roll.
Does the town approve the contractor?
The town will choose the contractor.
Okay,
The town board will.
right.
Do they find a contractor who does this reassessment?
Yeah, we have 3 local companies in the area. It would be, the RFP's going out, I don't think they're gonna ask anybody from out of town, just because, believe it or not, we're really small.
Okay, what I was trying to say is, can they find one that's gonna buy the property for what they assess it for?
You can ask them.
That's what I want.
You have a remedy. If you're not happy with what they tell you, or what the assessment that they give, you can argue it. And I'll tell you what, if you don't get satisfaction from myself or from the bar, you will get satisfaction from the judge. They're very people-oriented.
Are we gonna get some kind of advance notice or just a surprise when we open up our day?
No, you'll get a notice as of, I think it's the following March. And then everybody has the chance to still argue that. Yeah. You know what, I truly, it's worked in other towns. Once again, nobody's been put out of their house. It's been successful with minimal complaints. It's just, in the interest of fairness, I just believe it's the right thing to do.
Where does the money go after?
Same place it goes now.
Where does it go now again?
We're all trying to figure that out.
Yeah, where does it go?
Well, a portion goes to the town. That keeps the town running. It keeps your water plant, which is extremely expensive, the sewer plant, which is extremely expensive, the highway department, keeps all those things functioning.
So they're losing money now.
So they're losing money now?
Are they, well, like this gentleman said here, is this man, we don't have to do this, do we?
We don't have to, we.
Explain to me.
She's saying that the amount of taxes collected is not gonna change. I don't know what you guys collect per year, but
Whatever millions it is.
whatever millions it is, it's
Whatever
gonna be the
millions.
same.
Our town board, I have to say, they have done a phenomenal job of holding the line
Right.
on our
You
town
might pay
budget.
more
They
if
really
your
have.
house is under
Our town
assessed
taxes
and
haven't
somebody
gone up but a
else
couple of
might do less,
dollars.
but she's claiming it's not being done to increase revenue. Correct?
I'm claiming it's not being done to do
To
what?
increase revenue.
Correct. It's just redistributing the burden we all already have. Yes, Mr.
I have a
Lyons.
question now.
Okay.
Have they identified how much money this is gonna generate?
No, I think we asked that question. I believe the levy, it's my understanding that the levy is to stay the same.
I don't believe you.
Okay. That's your choice.
It's all based on the town budget minus any state and federal revenues. And the cost to operate the town. Now, if they increase employment in the town, but
Which they don't.
if they were to by 100 employees, then we're all going to pay for the 100 employees. So if the budget, the town budget remains the same, and all other revenues remain the same, our portion of the sales tax.
Well, you also have a lot of new construction.
In state, right, the new construction should also bring ours down, based on what it costs to
You got a pretty healthy
operate
town right now.
the town.
It's pretty healthy, and there's still room for growth, and that's a beautiful thing, and it's been handled carefully, and I think very well. And, yes.
Isn't it, Judy, that the school taxes really have gone up so much more percentage than county and town?
As a
It's
taxpayer, I
ridiculous.
have to agree with you, but I can't argue that because that's not my department.
For 6 schools, doesn't, okay.
It's okay.
I'll be here then. Okay.
Any other questions for Judy?
Yes, sir.
The actual process, back to
The actual
comps.
process?
The comps itself, when they inform you of their decision and their assessed value, how is it presented to me? Is it given to me just as an overall value? You're going to show me the comps that you're in, compared to who, in what neighborhood? 'Cause I'm not in the
They're
neighborhood.
probably going to give you a letter that says, this is your old assessment, this is what your new assessment is.
How do I get
The details? That's a good question. I will try to find that answer for you.
Yeah, how will we know if our taxes are going up or down? That's, I think, the bottom line. Our new assessment is this, but what does that mean?
Right.
Does that mean we pay more or
Understood.
less? Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
But these are all going to be, I
Yeah.
left, all, when we start doing the public educations with the contractor, we need to pay attention.
Yeah.
Will any of this be published in the local weekly newspaper?
Actually, it was last week, right, in the dispatch?
About
The reassessment, was that?
But it didn't describe and explain what's being told to us now. It was just some information about the fact that a reval or reassessment is being done, and there's gonna be a meeting.
Honestly, I probably missed that article because I don't recall it.
It was in the news yesterday.
Oh, was it?
That's where I saw it.
Okay, then I need to go back and read the
The
paper.
question is, there's a lot of information, and there are probably 17,950 people that live on the island that aren't here.
20,000.
All right, we're 20,000 now?
Yeah.
How's this information gonna be presented to the?
Well, this is, again, it's a lot of the unknown for myself. This is my third meeting with the public, just since the summer. The contractors will be meeting with the public. The state, our regional office, we will be holding public meetings. I guess that's the best way to get the message across.
How do we find out about the public meetings?
We always advertise in the Dispatch and on Isle de Grande,
Okay.
always.
That there'll be nothing in print in the Dispatch or the?
I don't know that.
Our local newspaper.
You mean like having this discussion here?
Describing
Now,
that?
the complete
Fact
description.
sheet.
A fact
A
sheet.
fact sheet, a description of the law, a description of the law, and exactly what is being done, and what the
We can
end,
certainly request that from the contractors.
and what the
Absolutely.
end result will be.
Let's start taking notes. We're going to put it in my request too. Okay, anybody else have anything?
We want to make a reminder about Monday, next Monday?
I got some more of this over.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.